Most people overcomplicate getting lean. I want to break down the 3 simple things that you need to do if you want to get lean fast. You know what most people do? They listen to bad advice. The typical advice is eat clean, but you don't need to track calories. Do an hour of cardio every day. Just eat chicken and broccoli. Cut your carbs. But then what happens? You binge on the weekends. It's not sustainable and it's not realistic. So first set a realistic goal. Where you want to be in 90 days or 6 months from now. But you have to make a realistic goal based on where you're at right now, what body fat you're at, and what body fat you want to be at, or how much muscle you have now and how much muscle you want to gain. Do you need to track calories? No. You could just eat whatever and get lean and get a 6-pack, but you could easily get stuck in a plateau. If you want to see if you're under eating or you're overeating, and if you want to feel full and you want to actually live an enjoyable lifestyle while feeling satisfied all the time with tons of energy in your diet, then track your calories. Just do it. Do it for like 3 days, do it for a week. See what you have, see if you're hitting your protein goal. If you're not, and you do that, and you eat in a 300 to 500 calorie deficit, and you go to a TDE calculator, and you put in your weight, your height, your activity level, and then you follow that number, and then you track yourself, and you weigh out, and then you weigh yourself on the scale every single day, and then you track your rate of loss, and you lose 1 to 2 pounds per week, bro, you're gonna look like a freaking Greek god. It's that simple. Do all those things I just said, or you can do what you're doing now and be stuck, right? And I don't want to see any of you do that. That's the honest truth. I'm trying to make it simple here. And some people are like, oh, tracking calories, that's an eating disorder. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's so hard. It takes too much time. No, it doesn't. You can save a meal in MyFitnessPal. All right. Every time you go to a restaurant, look up the menu, ask ChatGPT. Do your best. It's not going to be perfect. But I'm telling you right now, if you find foods you genuinely enjoy and you figure out how to fit it in your calorie deficit, you can get lean pretty easily. Just recently, I've been making the swap instead of rice to sweet potatoes. And now I feel way more full. But I wouldn't have really known what to do if I never knew about my fiber intake. I realized I was only getting 20 grams. I need to be getting 30, 50 grams of fiber. And now I can feel full. I don't get as many cravings. You can even have ice cream. There's this special ice cream called Nick's ice cream. It has 20 grams of fiber in it. There's carb balance wrap. There's so many little secret diet hacks with food that you'll never figure out if you never track. The other thing you should be doing is getting 8 to 12K steps a day. Let's say you're getting 3K steps right now, and maybe you're super sedentary. If you wanted to see some extra fat loss, just increase your steps by another 3K. So start getting 6K. So it doesn't necessarily need to be 10K right off the bat, but nutrition will be always number one, right? You can't out train a bad diet, but you can definitely allow yourself to eat more food if you build muscle and you do weightlifting. You only need to weight train 3 to 5 times a week. A lot of people like to say, oh, I don't have enough time to go to the gym. If you have 3 hours out of your week of free time, you have time. Maybe you don't want to go and travel to the gym. Start at home. Do body weight workout. Get a pair of dumbbells. You could do weighted dips, weighted pull-ups. There is the time. You just need to find it and prioritize it. But you also need a training split. So this could be push-pull legs. This could be upper, lower. If you're trying to go 4 days a week, it could be an upper, lower. But you want to manage your volume and your recovery properly. So to make getting lean really, really simple, the 3 things you need to do is track your food. Make sure you're in that calorie deficit, weight train 3 to 5 times a week, and hit your steps. But you do have to make adjustments over time. That's the framework. Those are the 3 simple things. But let's say you're doing that already and you're still not seeing progress. The weight isn't moving and you're just stuck. Because it will happen. Your body does adapt. Your metabolism does adapt to the amount of exercise and food you have. So to make another change and to get out of that plateau, you have to adjust something. You could either drop down your calories lower, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would actually recommend moving more. So if you're not already hitting 10K steps, make sure you're doing that, and then get 12K. And then if you're still doing 12K and you're not seeing that weight loss go down, you could bump it up to 15K. But that's kind of like the max you want to do. Some people can do more and their bodies are fine. They can recover from it. Add in cardio, but you got to add in the low intensity cardio. So that's going to be things like walking on the treadmill, bike riding, Stairmaster. There's other types like swimming. There's plenty of other types. Really the best is what you enjoy the most. I've got some clients that love doing runs and love jogging, and they'll do that. And then I've got other clients who just like playing basketball and who like walking on the treadmill. And the one that they're the most consistent with is the one they genuinely enjoy. So find a way to add in cardio that you enjoy. Now, it's not necessary. You don't have to do cardio at all to lose weight, but it does make the process easier. It does make you more of a physically fit person, which I think is super important for your cardiovascular health and just to have a better lifestyle. If you can run up the stairs, you can play with your future kids or your kids currently, and you're not gassed out, you can do hikes with your friends. Those are all good reasons why you should do your cardio. But where I see people go wrong is they overdo it. They'll do an hour on the treadmill right off the bat. They're just fatigued, they're exhausted all the time. They're not enjoying it. They're punishing themselves. Then they cut their calories down too low and they lose muscle, and they obsess over the scale, weigh themselves, and then it spikes up one day and they're like, "Oh, my day is ruined." No, it's not that deep. You got to track your weekly trend. You got to just follow and stick to the right plan. Over time, if you make these strategic adjustments, making these adjustments only when your weight hits a plateau for 1 to 2 weeks, that's when you could drop your calories down by slightly, 200 calories, or increase the steps or increase the cardio. So it really is that simple. You just got to prioritize it. You just got to follow your schedule and not rely on your feelings, because there are going to be days when you don't want to do the extra steps, when you don't want to do the extra cardio or the workout. But remember why you started. Remember why you're doing this and why you have to change now, because the thought of staying the same should absolutely scare you. Imagine if you just didn't change at all where you're at right now from 6 months from now. Imagine how disappointed you would be. And imagine if you didn't do that and you got your dream physique or very close to it and you completely transformed. Imagine how much better you would feel, how much better that would change your life with everything you do, with the people you interact with girls you might meet and friends you might have that respect you more, and new opportunities you could get and you would show up to because you're more confident to do it, like going to the beach, going on that trip, and not being insecure in the photos you take. Because that's happened to me many times. When I started out, I didn't want to take off my shirt at the beach. I didn't like how I looked in photos. But it all changed when I transformed my physique. So if you want help with that, with fast tracking your progress, getting set up with a tailored plan, apply for coaching, the first link in the description. I appreciate the support. Hopefully you got some value. Like, subscribe. Peace chat.